A rare plea from Myanmar's military leader after a powerful earthquake today left at least 3 people dead. A state of emergency has been declared across 6 regions. The earthquake hit 16 kilometres northwest of the city of Sagaing, caught up in years of civil war. The US Geological Survey puts quake magnitude at 7.7 at a depth of 10 kilometres. A 6.4 magnitude aftershock hit the same area moments later. Tremors were also felt in the Thai capital of Bangkok, as well as the neighbouring southwestern province of Yunnan in China. A major hospital overwhelmed in Myanmar's capital, Naypyidaw, with lines of the injured waiting for treatment. The facility itself damaged by powerful tremors which buckled roads and tore up tarmac. Military Chief Min Aung Hlaing has visited the hospital. Authorities have yet to reveal the full extent of damage. And in China's Yunnan province, no casualties have been reported, but there are reports of several injuries and damage to houses. Rescue operations are reportedly underway. The moment the earthquake collapsed a multi-story building. Apart from at least 3 people losing their lives, around 90 people are also trapped. Rescue workers say the rubble remains too unstable to carry out any search.
ครั้งแรกมันเป็นเหมือนเรามึนหัวเพราะว่ามันพอมองขึ้นบนนะโอเคมันแกว่งก็เลยเรียกคนงานออกมาบอกว่ามันแผ่นดินไหวแล้วอย่างเงี้ยเรียกคนงานออกมาใครวิ่งออกมาหน่อยเดียวยังมันถล่มตาหลังเลย
All that man there, of course, speaking from Thailand. Elsewhere in Bangkok, the tremor sent residents and tourists alike fleeing into streets in a frenzy. Water sloshed out of pools atop high-rise buildings. Bangkok is now under a state of emergency. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra has called an emergency meeting to assess the earthquake's impact and assist those who are still at risk.
ตอนแรกก็ยังไม่รู้ครับแต่สักพักหนึ่งโต๊ะเริ่มสั่นไหวเก้าอี้เริ่มโยกคอมเริ่มโยกแล้วก็ทีนี้รู้แล้วครับมีเสียงปริแตกของกำแพงเนาะแล้วก็กระจกมีปริแตกด้วยครับผมแล้วก็ของบนอะไรนะฝ้าใช่ไหมมันก็ร่วงลงมาครับตอนนั้นก็เลยตั้งสติหนีขึ้นมาหมดเลยครับ
So I was in this building right behind me. It was a shopping mall and I was there to buy camera equipment and all of a sudden the whole building just began to move. Immediately there was screaming, there was a lot of panic. I just started walking calmly at first, but then the building started really moving and a lot of screaming, a lot of panic, people running the wrong way down the escalators, like lots of banging and crashing inside the mall. I got outside and then looked up at the building, that one there, and this whole building was just moving, dust and debris. It was pretty intense.
And for more, we're joined by CNA's Saksith Saiyasombut. He's reporting live from Bangkok. Saksith, of course, that dramatic footage of the collapse of a skyscraper. I take it you are close enough to actually show us progress on rescue, search and rescue.
Yes, indeed. We are at the site where that has been hit the worst here by the earthquake here in Bangkok. And if we can zoom in, you can see the pile of rubble. Earlier today, that was the construction site for the Central Audit Office. There was supposed to be a 35-story high building, but when the tremor hit Bangkok, it collapsed like a house of cards. According to the Bangkok governor, Saksith Saiyasombut, there are at least 83 construction workers still feared trapped inside. And we have also heard that at least 3 people have been killed in the collapse. A few construction workers have made out of there. We have heard from one of them earlier in the program, but this is currently the scene here. We have seen a lot of ambulances, a lot of heavy equipment is being brought in here, and also, of course, a lot of personnel. We're talking about rescue officials, both from the state and also volunteer organizations. We're talking about military officers, police officers. Everybody is pitching in. Everybody is trying to help out and also to help out the dozens of people that are trapped inside the building. But as far as we are seeing, we're still seeing no progress because, first of all, they have to, of course, assess whether or not it's actually safe or not to get in there. So we could be in here for a very long night, a very long operation to either rescue or to retrieve the people that are still trapped in that pile of rubble that was just a few hours ago still a construction site.
All right, Saksith, a huge sense of disbelief there. Those are eyewitness reports that we ran before we crossed to you. Where were you when this happened?
Yeah, we were in the office when that happened. And to be very honest with you, similar to the construction worker that we have heard before, I thought I was getting dizzy as well when that happened. But then suddenly I saw the light fixtures in our office swinging. And I was asking my colleagues, like, hey, do you feel the same? And suddenly, yeah, it's an earthquake here in Bangkok. Who would have thought? This is something that I have never experienced before since I lived here. And then, of course, the not only confusion but panic ensued, that people streaming and spilling out on the streets, people trying to get as far away as possible from tall buildings. We're seeing water from rooftop pools being splashed over like a waterfall down to the street. And the city that is normally alive, that is never sleeping, came to a sudden crawling halt. Phones were also disrupted as well. The SkyTrain and the metro trains that have been suspended until tomorrow morning. But at least, a few years, about 6 hours later now, we are trying to assess the damage now. It's still difficult to assess the overall damage, but apart from, of course, the construction site here, we are seeing small damages, some tears, some structural tears in buildings, but otherwise the number of casualties and the number of damages appear, and I have to insist, appear to be not very high.
Saksith, as you have stressed, Thailand, a relative stranger to natural disasters like these, so it might be expected to be rather less well prepared to deal with eventualities like we are seeing today. How well equipped is Thailand, as you see it right now, to deal with events like an earthquake?
It seems to be like that. And one criticism that has been leveled against the government is the lack of a cell broadcast warning system that is supposed to come in place just later this year. Now, that hasn't happened yet. And of course, a lot of people, when the earthquake hit, they were all confused. And we all got it from the news, but not from an official government source that was broadcasting to all cell phones across the country or across the city. But having said that, going on, what are the measures right now? The Prime Minister, Paetongtarn was briefly here to oversee the situation. The Bangkok Governor, Chacha Sittipan, a civil engineer by trade, he has said that the public parks are supposed to open through all the night for people that are stranded, that cannot get home, that are supposed to be mobile toilets and water being given out to them. But overall also, as I said before, 6 hours after the earthquake, the city is slowly collecting itself. They're slowly reeling itself after it has been jolted. At least we have still power. At least the cell phone network is still working. So overall, that is not a comparison, of course, to other parts of the country, especially over there in Myanmar, where we have seen scenes of destruction here. But at least here in Bangkok, it seems to be that we have been jolted, but we are still got away somehow.
All right, thanks. CNA's Saksith Saiyasombut there reporting live from Bangkok.